Kevin.
Ah.
He wrote a song before something very significant happened to him.
Kevin did?
Wow.
Not Kevin.
What's going to happen to me?
A promising songwriter. A UFO-themed song, A Desert Road, and a disappearance that's never been solved. We're going to talk about Jim Sullivan and his life here on
Real Brave Live.
But first, if you're interested in learning guitar, please click below and get lessons, a free lesson right now. Kevin.
Dan.
Brian. Kevin and Brian.
Dan.
Jim Sullivan, did you get to listen to it?
Yep. Whole discography.
I've heard it before.
You've heard it before?
Yes.
Okay. That's it?
You said you listened to it.
Oh,
I said
okay.
yes.
I thought
heard it
usually
before.
you have more like nerdisms.
Oh, wait. Those are coming.
So Jim Sullivan is a ne'er-known, tinily known, smally known
Known is not a word. Known.
singer-songwriter from the late 60s, early 70s. He was born on August 13th, 1939 in Nebraska. He was the seventh son of a working-class Irish-American family. All they did was raised in San Diego, where he became a high school quarterback, picked up his guitar, and met his future wife, Barbara. Became a songwriter, like you do, right? These are the things you do as a musician.
Yeah.
Not just,
Duh.
yeah, capitalism be damned. Future be damned. 1960, they had two kids, Chris and later Jamie, and they briefly co-owned a bar, a business venture that failed. So he had a call to music in the 1960s. He played in a rock band called The Survivors, along with his sister-in-law, Kathy. I couldn't find anything on that, The Survivors. But in 1968, the Sullivans moved to Los Angeles to chase music success. And by the way, so when I picked this, because I was going through a list of, I have a whole list of like bizarre musician stories.
Sure.
Jim Sullivan is the name of my uncle.
Oh.
So I thought that was kind of interesting. Then I texted my cousin. I was like, "Here, I'm doing this episode today on your father." And he was like, "That's nice."
And then he found that his father disappeared years ago, and his the person he thought is his father is not really his father.
Yeah.
And
he's like, "I got to ask him a couple questions
hilarity
later."
ensued, yeah.
The interesting thing I think that I found about this story is that it's the prototypical. You have some talent, you play the guitar, you write some decent songs, and nothing happens with your career. That's why, because I listen to the music, I'm like, it's actually pretty good for the time.
Yeah, it reminds me of Lee Hazelwood or Mike Nesmith from the Monkees, his solo stuff, this sort of cosmic country stuff where it's country influence. There's also some psychedelia in there, and it's interesting. It's I think it's one of those things where if one of those songs was used in a movie or TV show, everybody would love the use. Oh, listen, that's such a great song for that moment. But
Yeah.
to listen to like 40 minutes of it is maybe not in everyone's cards.
That's how I feel about most 60s psychedelic music. It's like it's so dated that I like after a minute I'm like, okay, next.
Yeah.
Because I can't listen to it anymore.
I disagree. I feel like it always kind of sounds fresh in that it's relies a lot on, improvisation, so like you're not hearing really ever the same thing twice.
Well, this is I use the word psychedelic. This is more of like that folky, Jim Croce kind of approach to the late 60s singer-songwriter thing.
Yeah, there's some psychedelic elements like at the fringes of it. I would say.
Because when you say like psychedelic country, I immediately go to the Dead.
No. I'm talking stuff that's rooted in country that has psychedelic overtones.
Yeah.
More so than like I think the Dead is rooted in psychedelia with country overtones.
Yeah,
it's
okay.
the opposite of that.
Yeah.
So, yeah, to me it sounds kind of hokey. There's a song UFO we're going to play in a second, but here's a guy that had connections. This Barbara worked at Capitol Records while Jim gigged at night. He became a part of the Hollywood crowd. He had friends like Dennis Hopper, a small-time actor, and even appeared uncredited in Easy Rider. I've never seen Easy Rider.
By the way, I know about 15 people who claim to be uncredited in Easy Rider.
Oh,
There's
really?
a lot of scenes with motorcycles. I think it's very easy to be like, oh, see the ninth guy in the back in the leather? That's me, man. Yeah.
How many people in their 70s do you know? That's my question. And 80s.
I love old people, Kevin. And Dan, both of you guys. You need to know it. I love old people. Just love them.
Okay. He played regularly at the... Kevin, you want to say something?
I don't.
Okay. I played regularly at the Raft Club in Malibu. Basically had all the gigs that you're supposed to be playing. He had fans like Lee Majors. You know Lee
the
Majors?
baseball man?
No.
Damn.
No, Lee Majors. He's the the $10 million, $3 million, $1 million, $6 million man. I was going to get it right one day.
But
I should have let you go and just see how many numbers.
That's still
2.5 million, 8.5.
That's like 1960s money. That's definitely different now.
Yeah.
Harry Dean Stanton, right? We know Harry Dean Stanton. Who's that?
Actor of note from film and television. He was.
Yeah, I would hope so.
I just saw him in something. Was he Paris, Texas?
No.
That's a great movie. He's a star in Paris, Texas.
And the one thing that really stuck out to me is that he had musicians from the Wrecking Crew on his album.
Whoa.
That's a pretty big deal. I know the Wrecking Crew.
The New York Giants.
Yeah, the Wrecking Crew, the New York Giants. Kevin? Kevin, you're becoming useless.
Fun,
Never
color.
been useful.
Color. It's good color, though.
Fun Brian fact.
Yeah.
I took a private bass lesson from Carol Kay from the Wrecking Crew.
Oh.
When I was in college. Like the bass player.
I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, I took a private lesson with her.
How'd you get that?
There was a workshop at my college where she was giving a group workshop, and she selected 5 students from there to give like a half-hour private lesson to, and I got selected somehow. And so I have a pic on my desk at home that has her name on it, like a personalized pic she gave me.
Really?
Yeah.
Did you lick it?
Sure.
I'd rather be useless than whatever that was.
Brian, do you want a pic for me?
She was already quite old.
I know who you're talking about. Yeah. What's her name?
Carol Kay.
Kara Kay, if you're watching, sorry.
But Dan loves old people.
I sure do.
No, I love old people.
Oh, yeah.
If you don't know who the Wrecking Crew is, they are a loose collective of Los Angeles-based session musicians who played on countless hit records during the 60s and 70s. They were the backbone of artists such as the Beach Boys, Frank Sinatra, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
The Byrds, Phil Spector's Wall of Sound, including Gunfire.
And
what?
The Batman theme song.
The Batman
Whoa.
theme.
Batman.
Wow.
Yeah.
Is that... I want to be in the room for that. It's like that meme, or that TikTok thing that you see over and over again, the guys that create the soundtrack for something or the song for something, and the guys are just like, it's the same guy doing the characters.
Yeah. The Law and Order theme when the guy walks in with the flute. And they're like...
So this says it's psychedelic country folk, similar to Gene Clark, Nick Drake, and Graham Parsons. I don't know.
I would say all of those artists lean more country than this does. This has more psychedelia than any of that.
His most famous song is UFO, the title track from his 1969 debut album, and I know it's kind of eerie. You want to know why?
Yeah.
Kevin, do you want to know why?
I'm dying to know.
Dying to know. It was released in 1969 on his album UFO. I think that's right.
It is.
It is? Okay. Which blended psychedelic folk, country, and mysticism. The song sets the tone for the entire record. It's full of lonely Americana, cosmic pondering, and spiritual detachment. The lyrics are eerily aligned with his story, which we'll get to in a second, something that happened to him in 1975. One of the lyrics, let a stranger through, he's going to take you home. And there's other themes in there, shining like a light on some majestic road, classic UFO imagery, some biblical overtones, almost like a star of Bethlehem with a divine sign. I've seen a UFO and sat in the cockpit, and he played me a song. Direct alien contact, maybe? Do you think he was talking about the future, or is he just singing a song about UFOs?
I think he's talking about UFOs, but,
Don't you? There's countless examples of people singing about their demise. Jeff Buckley did it over and over again.
Yeah, I mean, it's the only thing that's like guaranteed.
Demise?
Yeah.
But specific imagery. Like Jeff Buckley talked about drowning in a sea, which I know is very, very kind of just pretty normal.
He wasn't like, one day I will go swimming in jeans in the Mississippi River and be taken under by the.
That was one of the lyrics to his song called "I'm Gonna Die in a River."
Yeah.
Speaking of like TikTok audios, there's like a TikTok trend. It's gone now, but it's like, I can't believe Biggie Smalls predicted this, and it's, you know, Notorious B.I.G. rapping, and then all of a sudden he goes, on September 11th, 2 planes are going to land into the World Trade Center. And you're like, wow.
That makes sense. Here's a little bit. They're coming to you live. Here is UFO by Jim Sullivan, my uncle.
If this is recorded in true stereo, we may have a hard time. It's only coming out of one side.
It's only coming out one side?
Oh.
Looking at the sun dancing through the sky, did he come by UFO?
Yeah, that was my dance. Yeah, so that's the song. It's kind of like it's a groovy, man. It's groovy.
It's pretty groovy. It's got elements of like 60s music that I don't like, you know, the orchestra in the background.
Yeah.
You know, it's just like,
Yeah,
I like it. I like the chord progression though, and I liked it. It was very, it was not experimental. I wouldn't say experimental, but like it took risks.
Yeah, it's. I mean, you definitely heard things that have elements of the sound there, but it doesn't really sound like anything else that was super popular at the time.
That's true. I was wondering when it first came on, when did Space Oddity come out?
About the same time.
Yeah. There was only enough space in the.
Let me see.
ground control to Major Tom. Isn't that a story of his drug use though, Bowie's?
Probably.
Okay. Are you pulling something?
I'm trying to see what year that song came out.
I want to say 69.
I think it was 69, which is the year. Yeah, same year.
Okay.
Good call,
Yeah.
Kevin.
Yeah, nice job, Kevin. That's your sole contribution to this podcast in 3 weeks.
Yes.
Well done.
Soul is spelled S-O-U-L.
Oh!
It's a soulful contribution.
But listen, just like any artist, Kevin,
Yep.
after UFO flopped, did not do well.
Womp.
Yep, womp womp. 1972, his follow-up album, Jim Sullivan, released on Playboy Records,
Ayo.
also failed. You think it's the same Playboy Records?
I believe it is Hugh Hefner owned. Yeah.
Hugh Hefner, really?
He had a label for a while. Yeah.
Good for him.
He had a series of clubs too.
Really?
Yeah.
You were there, right?
No, but there was one in Vernon, New Jersey. You know where the Great Gorge is, like the ski
Oh, wait,
resort
you mean Action Park?
Near there used to be a Playboy Club. Yeah. My dad saw Miles Davis there. Like my father saw some like crazy jazz performance there.
Was it a Playboy mansion?
No, it was just like it was a music club, but it was all the waitresses wore like bunny costumes, and
Yeah?
you know, there was music playing there. Yeah.
Oh, that's a little factoid for you.
I got in so much trouble when I was like a little kid. And I found Dad's Playboy mag.
Yeah, that was a big deal back then.
I got in a lot of trouble.
You know, you can't get caught with magazines back then. You know, the crate of magazines that you find in the corner that nobody's supposed to know about?
Yeah.
That everybody finds?
Yeah.
Did any of you have a friend whose dad kept their Playboys in the bathroom? Because I definitely had one of those friends.
Yes.
Like on top of the toilet, they'd be like Time
Penthouse.
magazine.
What about Penthouse? Penthouse
Oh, no,
magazine?
I never saw Penthouse in the wild. No.
Yeah, I had a friend's house. It wasn't mine. Who, yeah, they had Penthouse and Playboy.
I would say that my dad just more valued subtlety and pubic hair. It was the 90s.
Yeah. It's just the 90s.
It was the 90s.
Yeah. Womp. But by this time, after his next flop, his frustration grew, alcohol use increased, and his marriage began to unravel. So this is when him and his wife got separated, and he decided he was going to go to Nashville. March 4th, 1975, he told his wife, yeah, listen, I'm going to go to Nashville. When I'm settled, I'll bring you guys with me. Sullivan left L.A. alone, driving his Volkswagen Beetle to Nashville, hoping for a fresh start.
Neat.
He was going to call for his wife and kids once he got there. March 5th, he was pulled over to New Mexico for erratic driving, passed a sobriety test, though. Checked into the La Mesa Hotel in Santa Rosa, bought a bottle of vodka, called Barbara. You wouldn't believe it if I told you. Forget it. I'll call you from Nashville. And was never seen from or heard from again.
Wow. Oh, wait.
He was spotted. Very good.
Yes.
That is.
Nailed it.
It's your second contribution to the podcast.
Yeah, that's good. You got to do like the fade though.
I can.
Come on.
I'm just very dry into the DI here.
The Vanishing, Gone Without a Trace. He was spotted. He was spotted.
Yes, he was.
26 miles south of the Genetti family ranch, whoever that is, near Puerto de Luna, and his car was later found abandoned there, engines off, keys left inside, and his bed at the motel unslept in. Inside the car, guitar, monies, clothes, documents, a box of unsold records. Sounds like my life. Friends say he would never leave his guitar behind voluntarily. No body was ever found, despite extensive searches. So, the theories, what happened to Jim Sullivan? Well, people say that he was abducted by aliens. Of course, that's the logical conclusion.
I mean, kind of put a target on his back.
Right.
With that song.
You can't put a song out as UFO and then just decide one day, hey, I'm going to just disappear and we'll just blame it on UFOs. Also Mafia, but there's no what are the Mafias going to do with him? We don't know. You think it was UFO? I think it was.
I don't think it was a UFO.
Why not? It could be. He was in New Mexico, man.
Yeah.
We drove through New Mexico, didn't we?
Yeah, there's nothing there.
True.
Besides a giant wall.
Yes. We saw that wall.
You saw The Wall,
The wall.
the Pink Floyd album?
The fence.
The fence.
It was a fence. A very long fence.
It's a really long fence. Yeah, no, I'm of the belief that, if there was life intelligent enough to travel interstellarly,
Yeah, they're not going to take Jim Sullivan. They're going to go straight to the president.
they wouldn't even come here at all. Why would they come here? Why would they waste the energy to do that?
First, they'd have to figure out how to get past the speed of light, because that's the fastest thing that we know.
I think it's more interesting to think about time travel, how UFOs are really us from the future who have learned to travel to the past.
Brian, you want to expound upon that?
I have a fun time travel anecdote. I can do this. So when I was in college, my friends and I got obsessed with time travel for 6 months.
Cool.
It might have been the amount of alcohol we were drinking. I don't know.
Sure.
Probably.
But we were hypothesizing that the only way to do time travel would be to send sound waves back in time, because sound waves are very, very hardy. They can't really break apart the way that human flesh can. So we invented the time phone. We said, one day we're going to build this thing, and we put it together, and as you turn the last screw, the phone's going to ring. You're going to pick it up, and you're going to hear your own voice say, destroy the time phone. Because it would be a terrible idea, obviously.
That's fun.
But we all want to get destroy the time phone tattoos one of these days.
Oh,
We've
that's
talked
really
about it
cool.
for
I
20
like
years.
that. That's great lore.
But yeah, I mean, I think UFOs are bullshit, kind of, maybe, sort of. I don't
Playing
know.
music.
What? Oh, well. What are you playing now? Oh. So,
Yeah.
YouTube, don't kick us off.
I don't
Please.
care. Guys, I mean, I see, every day I see somebody ripping off somebody else. We don't need to be monetized. We don't make any money here. Just let us play the fucking music.
I don't think I think he just wandered out into the desert. He was probably drunk
Yeah.
and got eaten by something or other. Yeah.
Sasquatch.
Sasquatch. Loch Ness Monster.
Lost monster. Nessie.
Yeah, Loch Ness Monster has legs.
Yeah.
Anyway, so Jim Sullivan probably died of alcohol and the desert, but did not get.
But maybe.
He could have. I'm not a big fan of the UFO thing. I do like time travel though. It's one of my favorite. Like if I'm gonna read a fiction book, I love the time traveling books, because it's an interesting story.
I
always.
watched the movie Synchronic this past weekend. It's got the guy who's the new Captain America. There's like a whole universe of these specific types of time travel movies. Synchronic was very good.
Have you ever seen Primer, either of you guys?
Oh, I've been wanting to see Primer.
No. What is that?
It is the most mindfucks
Ooh.
time travel movie of all time.
What? Primer?
Primer.
I'm gonna write it down.
The guy who made it is now canceled, so don't give him any money if you can
Okay.
avoid it. But it's a basically a guy builds a time machine, and it's a huge mindfuck. It's
Okay.
amazing.
I'm gonna
It's
check
really
it out.
good.
I love those types of movies.
What did the guy get canceled for?
Abusing his fiance.
Oh,
You don't do that.
no.
You don't do that. So Jim Sullivan had it all on paper: a haunting voice, the right look, connections in Hollywood, and even Wrecking Crew. But here's the one thing: in this business, it's not about how talented you are, and it's not even about who you know. Sometimes it's just about who picks you.
And luck.
It's the right kind of luck,
Yeah.
right? Because like he had it all there. I mean, it sounded like the music of the time. I think it had the Jim Croce vibe, but not like the hooks per se. If no one picks you, no matter how good you are, your stuff is going to be collecting dust on a shelf. I've got 1,000 CDs, I think, sitting in an attic somewhere.
I have like 3 boxes of different records just
Yeah.
in places.
Yeah. So when I'm dead, they will just go in the garbage. Jim Sullivan wasn't just a mystery in a desert. He was a symbol of thousands of artists who almost made it, but vanished. Okay. We do have a game.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Baby.
All right. I didn't have time to get the gift.
Who
But
needs a game?
How about this? I'll run out right after, and I'll get the gift.
Sure.
Okay, all right.
All right.
You mean
That's
the
what we're gonna-
prize.
it's a gift.
It's a gift. For tax purposes, it's a gift.
Yeah. It's a gift.
Okay.
What do you think this is? Not a
Okay.
grift.
All right, sure.
If you did you see the file?
I did. I looked at. I saw the Juan Soto joke.
Oh, you did.
Yes, I
Okay.
did, yeah.
I didn't put anything crazy, but so the game is called Aliens, Alien, or Aliens. Is it a sci-fi nightmare? Is it a real life border crossing, or interstellar
That's super problematic.
interstellar visitor?
Okay.
So sci-fi, illegal alien.
There are legal aliens as well.
Yeah.
Or interstellar visitor.
Okay. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So here's how you play. I'll give you a scenario involving this kind of whole thing. You decide if it's from Aliens the movie, Alien Immigration, or Aliens UFO. Okay. I think it's don't yawn. Why do you gotta yawn, dude? Get some sleep. Do you know how much I've been taking the past 3 weeks?
Yeah, I know. You've
So
been
much.
getting a lot of it.
So much shit.
But I haven't been sleeping very well. I got the new puppy boy in my face.
Oh man, he's a good boy.
Yeah, he's a good boy.
You got poops on your foot?
Yep.
You did. You
This-
stepped in it barefoot.
On Monday was the first. Not. Yeah. Monday.
We've all been there with a puppy in the
Yeah.
house.
Congratulations. That's your whatever. All right. So we've got 11 questions. The 11th is just for the tiebreaker. And who's going first?
I'm gonna go first.
He's
Let Kevin
going
go
first. The question number 1. They arrived without warning, causing panic in a remote outpost, left only destruction behind.
Do I have to say which alien movie?
Yeah, because they're all aliens. No, not Aliens movie. No.
Because
Sorry.
there's like 10 of them now.
Yeah.
Aliens, the
Alien.
sequel.
Yeah, I'm just saying like the theme of Aliens the movie, yeah.
Yes, the xenomorph, aliens, alien. That one, the movie.
Alien the movie.
Yes,
Aliens.
aliens.
All the aliens.
Which one?
Sigourney Weaver.
It's it's number 2. It's the best one.
Second best one. The first one's the best one.
No, the
First one's the
cheesy.
best one?
First one's
the
cheesy.
No, watch it again. The first one. I just watched it last year for the first time in like 15 years. It totally holds up. The first one's really good. Second one's great too. I prefer the first one. I'm more of a horror than a sci-fi guy.
What's your answer?
Alien the movie.
Alien the movie is correct. Brian, they crashed into a heavily guarded line in the middle of the night and were taken into custody by uniformed men.
Second one.
You're correct. Kevin, witnesses described their vehicle as metallic and silent.
Tesla's silent if you drive it under 10 miles an hour, right?
And on fire sometimes, yes.
Regular UFO aliens.
Very good. Brian, they were discovered hiding inside a cargo ship,
Why am I getting all the fucking depressing ones?
and soon after, the entire crew was wiped out.
Oh, okay. I'll go differently. That's it's Aliens.
Very good.
The movie.
Yeah, very
I should
good.
just say Aliens for everything because all of them are aliens. Aliens. That's what I meant. I meant that one. You know.
They were transported to a secure facility, questioned about their origin, and
Separated from their kids and their
released
families.
pending documentation.
Oh, that's going to be the horrible travesty that's going on. The border crossing aliens.
Brian,
Yeah.
correct. Authorities say they communicated without speaking, and their presence triggered a government cover-up.
That is real life aliens.
Real-life aliens. Aliens. Real-life aliens.
Well, the third option.
The third option.
Yeah.
You don't want to say it, do you?
What?
Third option. Come on.
The second option is the illegal aliens.
Sure are. Third option.
Yeah.
Okay. Kevin. They needed a host to survive and live, and once there, it was no turning back.
Aliens, the movie.
Very good. Brian, they traveled thousands of miles and risked everything for a life inside the body of another's home.
Inside the body of another's home?
Yes.
Tell me what that means in different words.
I don't know.
Prove to me that you know what this means. You can't give me
They traveled thousands of miles and
Yes.
risked everything for a life inside the body of another's home. I don't know what that means.
You can't give me another question. You can't give me that one. That's
Then we're down a question.
that doesn't mean anything.
It does. You got 3 possible. 2, really. It's 50-50.
Well, okay, if it's in
One.
They traveled thousands of miles and risked everything for a life inside the body
9.
of another's. I'll remove home.
into the body, then it's a movie
7.
Alien.
There you go.
Okay.
Jesus Christ.
Focus.
They implanted strange
5.
memories,
Yeah.
missing time, and a sense of being watched.
Wait.
There are no real aliens, by the way.
But that's the way you phrased it, though.
Okay, they implanted strange memories, missing time, and a sense of being watched. Watched.
UFO aliens.
Very good.
Yes.
And are we tied?
He has one more because he went first. But
Okay.
yes.
Brian, they were caught with fake paperwork at a checkpoint.
I hate this game so much. I hate this game. That's illegal aliens or whatever.
And Kevin,
This is for the win. Well, this should be a toss-up because it's for the win.
yeah, so what are we going to do?
You gotta buzz in or something. I don't know.
Going to buzz in? I like that. We make it up as we go along here.
Okay.
All right. Oh, Christ!
Yeah, that's good.
I'm dead! I gotta go. I gotta go to Manhattan. All right. Last one. Somebody wins a gift card to get caffeine. They waited in the shadows, learned our weaknesses, and attacked.
Buzz.
Brian.
That's Alien the movie.
Very good. You win it.
Yay.
You win caffeine.
I win caffeine.
Okay. You, the viewer, I hope you enjoyed that. That was meant to be fun. Don't take offense to it. It's just, we're talking about stuff. And if you want to learn stuff, click below. Sign up for a free lesson today. RealBraveAudio.com. RealBraveAudio.com. See you next time. Bye.